win ABSA. Very, very, very wonderful.
But at least I stand next to the president. I'm even happy to say, no, this is president of Zambia.
First team manager to win the ABSA Cup under Forest Rangers. It was something out of this world, and it's something that I'll cherish forever.
Winning a cup at 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦, it's something which is so special. Yeah, so as fans, I think we're all so excited.
So this time is very special because I'm the one who was lifting that. And in football, sometimes this is the moment where you will never forget.
The entire surrounding where our stadium is, everyone was excited. Everyone, the men, the women, the children. It was an atmosphere that I couldn't believe.
Na isa nombani ABSA. It is finally here home. Yes, we are enjoying. Wonseve na mkemwamona bali nensansa. We are still celebrating.
Founded in 1975, Forest Rangers Football Club has in the recent past consistently played in the Zambia Top Flight Division,
the MTN Super League. Over the years, the team has emerged as a formidable contender in the Super Division.
Since 2015, I have seen how the sponsor of Savico come in to sponsor the team, where we are allowed to bring even foreigners to come and join the team. I think I had hope because we started having good players. So far so good. In Zambia, Forest Rangers is a strong team which cannot fear any team in the Zambian league.
In the 2019-2020 season,
Forest achieved a significant milestone by finishing second in the MTN Super League,
securing a spot at continental level in the Champions League.
This success marked the beginning of a new era for the club.
I remember when we played for the first time, it was 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦 from Gabon, that theme song for CAF. It played, I almost shed tears. It was such a good thing, and I'll never forget that moment. Though it was a draw game, we never expected it, but later on again we went for an away game and we were knocked out. Most of the people laughed at us. But in our hearts, we knew that we have done something great here, and this is just the beginning of better things to come.
As the 2022-2023 football season began,
Forest Rangers had its own objectives in mind.
The first target that was given to us is to qualify for ABSA. Then the second target at the same time, we were given two targets, is to play continental. Besides playing continental, the third one which was added there was to win the league or come out number 2.
But at least we managed to get the cup, of which I think it was one of the objectives. But I think the most important thing was for us, I think, to qualify for CAF.
That was our dream, our desire. But football being football, it was, I think the beginning of the second half of the season was very challenging. We didn't start very well. At that point, I think I started getting worried.
Injuries, there were a lot. I think when we have 1 or 2 injuries, it was becoming a problem for us.
Our first loss was in 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦 Rangers. Yeah, when we lost that game, we lost to Nkana, we came and lost to Musa. It was a very sad moment, sad time, sad period for me, because I knew that one of the objectives was slipping out.
While one objective seemed to slip away, another was born. The ABSA Cup.
You make it easy for us to cover. You make me fall in love with ABSA Cup.
At the end of the first half of the season, Forest Rangers secured the 3rd slot on the league table, earning them a spot in the 2023 ABSA Cup.
Joining them were other Super League teams including Green Buffaloes,
Power Dynamos,
FC Musa,
Green Eagles,
and Red Arrows. From Division 1,
Trident and Mufulira Wanderers emerged as the top 2 qualifiers. In the quarterfinals, Forest Rangers faced the informed team of the time, Green Buffaloes.
The traditional teams that were struggling to break into the top 6 to qualify for the ABSA, And there in 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧, GBFC Forest, they were in the top 6. You could tell, okay, something is happening here.
You start with the strongest teams. That's when you measure yourselves that you are able to be champions if you start with the best.
It was a 50-50 game, looking at the way Buffaloes were playing under Masauso Tempo, and obviously Forest Rangers haven't been a bad team this season. They have been playing very good football.
The planning was good because we knew that Buffaloes, they've got a good coach. This time Buffaloes, they're not just kicking the ball, they're playing. So I think our plan on that game was first to defend the first half, then second half we changed the strategy of play, because I think we knew that second half they'll come with the same mentality.
Forest Rangers emerged winners through a lone goal, and just from the game itself, you'd tell what they really wanted, what the objective was for the team, and their eyes were already set on the ABSA Cup.
That was, I think, the final, because once we passed through that, we knew that now this time, I think this cup is coming to our coffers.
In other quarter-final results,
𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 defeated 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧.
Trident beat Green Eagles,
and 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 over 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧.
You're like, oh, we're in the semi-finals for the first time. I won't lie, I was very scared because it was 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 at home.
Playing against them in front of their home fans at 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 Stadium, wow. Who could write such a script? And everyone was like, okay, this is over.
Power scored first, yes, and after some time, I don't know if it was in the 70th or 80th minute, second minute, actually I stopped watching that game. I just said, this is the end. This is the end. I didn't want to hear the results. I think I even took my family, went into town.
The second half ends and it's 1-0. They're walking to the dressing room, talking to themselves, and you can see the interaction.
Since the time he was coming out of the dressing room, I knew like we are going to win this game. Because the time I was talking to the guys in the dressing room, it was not like in the league. Like most of the time when I'm talking, you can see like some they are doubting, some they are with the same mood with me, like, yeah, we can do it. But that day, all of us was at the same level or same spirit. Like.
But second half, you turned the tables. From 1-0 down, you went on to win 2-1. And that's where you could tell, okay, there's something happening in this Forest Rangers team.
The good communication from the coaches while I was watching on TV, because there was no one telling them. I had to communicate also to the manager, to communicate to the technical bench what was happening with Power, of which I think at half time we had made changes, of which worked for us.
Then I just received a phone call from Basek telling me, we have qualified. I said, what? Really? Yeah, so, but though I put the, then when I went back home, I had to now to go to my recording, because I recorded the match, and I wanted to find that it was a win, and Mulombo scored the winning goal, and I said, oh my God, this is, so from that moment I just knew that I think this is our time, the time for winning. Something has come. I think the goals of football, they have said, now this time is around, it's football, it's Forest Rangers to win.
Forest Rangers made history by defeating Power Dynamos in the semi-finals at the Arthur Davis Stadium,
securing their spot in the ABSA Cup finals for the first time ever.
But knowing that we were going to play 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 for the third time was another nightmare that I had as well. I said, playing this team 3 times, they beat us twice.
Before we even go to Lusaka, I was with technical chairman 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧. We sat and together with the coaches and tell our technical bench, gentlemen, where we are going is a battle, not to play around.
My prayer was for us to meet them in the final. Because I think even the 2 games we lost, we were a much better team than them.
It's true, 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 beat us first round and second round. But the team was very confident because they beat us, but they will not dominate.
𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 just had 1 shot on target in Mazabu. We had 11 shots on target. We failed to beat 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 that side. 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 came here. We had 10 shots on target. 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧 just had 3 shots. We just said that this one, for the cup game, it will be a different ball game.
And for me personally, I wanted us to give them back those 2 goals they scored in the league. The first one and the second one.
The ABSA Cup finals took place at Lusaka's Woodland Stadium, an unforgettable occasion for many.
everything was pointing at history because the two finalists, that was their first time being in the final. And definitely we're going to have a new ABSA Cup winner. That is history on its own. And 𝗙𝗢, that was just amazing. It was going to erase all the controversies, all the talk about when a game is over, saying this should have happened, that should have happened. And to cap it all, we brought in officials from outside the country. Was it Egypt and Morocco? Yeah.
That was a fantastic atmosphere. Though other people got worried for us, it was painted red. We just thought the boys don't play for the crowd, play for 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦, play for the badge, play for Forest Rangers, and play for your future careers. It's now or never.
As Forest, we have the best supporter in the league because when you watch our game, our supporters, they are singing for the start up to the last whistle, for the whole stadium to be red, and you just find a small place where they say yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yeah, to them it was like they were intimidating us, but in actual sense, to our side, I think we were well prepared. Even as fans, we were few, but we didn't look at that. We knew what we were doing, so I think to us it was just okay.
Right from kickoff, the determination of the Forest Rangers team was evident.
In a thrilling match, 𝗙𝗎 succumbed to the pressure, conceding the first goal.
We get to the game, there's an own goal, and I'm thinking, okay, we've seen this before, we are leading, and this is the 𝗙𝗎 side that doesn't get tired, and I think I did not stop praying.
I've never seen Forest dominate a game the way they dominated that final. They really deserve to win it. From the first whistle to the final whistle. You know, 𝗙𝗎 is a youthful side, they run a lot. But on that day, Forest, I don't know what hit them. I don't know what spirit they were using. They just dominated and played their lungs out.
𝗙𝗎𝗦𝗧 found the back of the net in the 51st minute.
But the goal was disallowed after the first ever VAR review.
I feel very happy scoring that goal because I wanted to make the club happy because we've pushed more to be where we are, so we need to get. So scoring was very happy being there, but I felt sad also. This is because I lost my mom also, so I dedicate that goal to my late mom.
Before the game, I was talking to my brother, which is 𝗙𝗎, and I gave him the courage to say, you are going to score in this game. And if he didn't score, I will make sure I score. Because I know how it's played, and I know how it runs, I know the movement. But I'm very happy. He scored the goal. Despite that VAR cancelled the goal, but to me, it's still a goal because there is nothing wrong with that goal. Maybe it's because of the foul for 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦 Malambo, that's why they cancelled the goal.
However, this setback did not deter Forest Rangers from pursuing their dream.
They have the experience, they have the discipline, and obviously they have players that have played continental football, they've played at the highest level, so they had to apply that.
They all just carried themselves very well, they were composed, no one argued with the referee. I didn't see any point when, they were in doubt of what they wanted on that day. After 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦 scored, I just said, okay, I think these guys really wanted this.
But for me scoring that goal, I've really worked very hard on that day, and I tell myself to at least I have to make the team happy.
Forest Rangers continued with their relentless pursuit and eventually secured a victory.
It was a day that could be remembered by many forever.
I felt a very big achievement because every time I'm taking the request for the club to the sponsors, I would always mention to them that one day we're going to achieve a goal, and it will be a very good thing for the company itself and other stakeholders who are the people within the community.
Achieving something with the team, is one of the things great to me, which I will never forget in my life. And I know when they are making a lot of things, maybe scoreboard, my picture will still be, even if I'm not going to be in Forest. When the other players go, 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦, it's a legend. Just make it history for the team.
Fantastic moment. That one, I even promised my kids that I'm going to see the president I promised my wife I'm going to see the president, I'm going to shake hands with the president, not only as a loser, but I'm going to shake the president as a champion, as the first team to experience VAR, as the first team manager to win the ABSA Cup under Forest Rangers. It was something out of this world, and it's something that I'll cherish forever.
I ran in the ground. I think you saw me with the players. I was so excited. I was so happy because I couldn't just fight. I was like, is this the way people feel when they have the cup? Because we are like called underdogs and we are like used to it, and it was just a surprise for everyone. And I'm sure everyone were not expecting. Because even in the community, they were like, okay, you're playing Muza, you have to be strong, Muza, you have to. So even though we were going there, we were like, okay, but I was so happy the way we played.
It's not easy to win this cup. It's not very easy. There are a lot of big guys, Buffaloes, Power, Kana, those are big guys in Zambian League, Zesco, those are very strong guys. But we achieved and win this cup. This is very great to us.
I feel very proud. Yeah, you know, Forest Rangers has really been in my heart, and I've sacrificed a lot for this club. I love it with all my heart, and wherever I go, I will really always be here.
So this time is very special because I'm the one who was lifting that. And in football, sometimes this is the moment where you never forget. And every time you just look at the picture where you put in your home, like, yeah, I've done this. So there's nothing you can't even, in life, sometimes there's things where you can't say it. You are just feeling it. So I think this is the feeling I have about this cup.
The final, if we saw the crowd puller that Musa brought in, it was really harsh. But it took the players' effort and we managed to get the cup. It is a very exciting moment for us. The ex-core, the management, the coaches, the players, we really had to fight and put the extraordinary effort until to achieve this cup.
It felt like I was dreaming when the final whistle was blown. I didn't even know how to feel. I didn't know whether it's to scream or to jump, or I didn't know whether to hug. I just didn't know at that point. That's the excitement that I had.
This is my 5 years working with Forest Rangers Football Club without any medal, any cup. So it's a dedication to me. It's something that it brought joy to me, and I dedicated it to my late dad, who was the vice chairman of this club, and my brother also played here, and he wore just number 7, John Bolombo Jr. and John Bolombo Sr.
It was now time to bring the trophy home at Dollar Hill Stadium.
We started off Sunday, and boom, we reached Indeni with a lot of supporters waiting for us there, and just going around the city, just making noise, hooting, and just showing off our trophy was just another experience. But the biggest one is when we entered Dollar Hill, where the stadium is. The guys, in all of them, the stadium was packed, the roads, the entire surrounding where our stadium is. Everyone was excited. Everyone, the men, the women, the children. It was an atmosphere that I couldn't believe. I thought I'll find a small gathering, but it was just something else.
Because last time we had 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦, that was in 2005, the time that they won Coca-Cola Cup. Number 40 apana isa number ni ABSA. It is finally here home. Yes, we are enjoying. 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗦𝗧, we are still celebrating.
Kwena ne lili nena ngufe bashaire kubola to dife ali konkomana fole ungolole mwandishi wa Lubimbo lya wafuma lula bonse to vyaba aba konkomana. So na nomba tuli nechikombe mwani ntwali sansa mukafe sana.
Echikombe nero chaishire mu ground nali ayiminapo nero barekanya ine bati nali ayiminapo nokufikisha ko batinde fanjimire pa chikombe mbonekere abana nabatuletere sansa musafiko.
Nintemwa sana mulando wakutira tinga twatolekeshe sana tafata la chitikapo muri umusango fa chitika lisiye. nsanze isho batuletera kwisa our footballer, especially management as a FICO.
To the sponsors, thank you very much. I think they have done their job well. It wasn't easy for them. They can have challenges here and there, but I think they have supported us a lot. I think a lot of clubs, I think Forest have done well.
I wish to thank management, the board, and our patron for being supportive. Prior to us playing our final, the sponsors bought us a very beautiful bus, and it just came at the right time. It's like everything was just working in place. So the bus just came a week before we could play our final. The bus came, so we are grateful to the sponsors.
It's a great achievement for Forest Rangers, and as a sponsor, we are delighted with having a club sponsored by ourselves, emerging as a cup winner, as the ABSA Cup winner this year. It's obviously a positive development. Hopefully it does put a smile not just on Zafico management, but on the shareholders of Zafico. You know that here is a sponsorship that has brought a positive contribution, a positive result. So we hope this motivates the club and its management to even work harder beyond ABSA 2023. We are happy with the smiles it has brought on the community, not just of Dollar Hill, but in the operational areas that we know are all supporters of Fole.
After setting 3 objectives for the season,
with only one accomplished,
Forest Rangers' dream is still alive for next season.
My ambition, I think, is to win the league. That I think is going to make me happy, because I think Forest have never won the league, and my prayer and my fight is for that to come here.
And it will be something that, as we open the new season, is our #1 target. Come rain, come sunshine, the league cup is coming to Dollar Hill, and that's our target, and we'll work towards it. And returning the ABSA Cup, it won't be a bad idea.
Following the renovations at the Dollar Hill Stadium, the team has returned to their home ground after years of playing at the 𝗙𝗎𝗏𝗧 Stadium and Trade Fair grounds.
Playing surface, terraces, dressing rooms, and surrounding areas have all been improved.
As we mentioned when we moved, that we only did part of we only renovated part of it. So we are hopeful that as we open the new season, would have done the other. We want to build more terraces around the stadium, so that we can just cement our stay at the stadium, and just also work on a few things. We also want to work on our pitch, so that it just becomes a perfect pitch, a perfect stadium. And playing from home is what we want. We want to create our stadium as I was telling the players, that let's turn it into a slaughterhouse. Let's win all our 17 games.
Ladies and gentlemen,
presenting your 2023 ABSA Cup champions,
Forest Rangers Football Club. A victory to celebrate and cherish.